What's up, everyone? Just giving you a bit of an update on the bike and upcoming projects. So this one is the parts are at the painter's. He told me he would like about 6 weeks to work on those. So following the video that goes up about the seat and whatever else I uploaded with that, I'm not really sure. There's not really too much else I can do with this bike until those parts come back. Once they come back, it will just be reassembly and putting the coolant in and getting it started. But upcoming projects. My uncle passed away a few years ago, and he was in the process of rebuilding a BSA Bantam D7 175. So that was bought by my dad, who has asked me if I can rebuild that for him.
Never had a choice.
So, all I've been doing is cleaning up these engine parts pretty much. They were pretty greasy. Almost as bad as the Shadow engine, if you haven't seen that one. I've still got a few parts to clean up. I've been stripping down the gearbox. The crankcase was already apart. Thankfully, my uncle did have some of the brand new parts needed, so I've gone through all of those and worked out what they all are. A lot of them pretty handily were like engine internals, things you need to replace, shims, bearings, and he's also got some of the tools that you need for the job. So thankfully that saved me a bit of time and my dad some money. But also the rest of the bike I'm storing up here in my loft space in the garage. So I've got the frame there. I've got miscellaneous bits. In this box, I think, is some side panels and the carbs. I've got the rear frame assembly here. And then I've just got loads of tubs and stuff with nuts and bolts in and bits like that I've got to figure out. So that is all going to be good fun. But I am going to start a new build series on that one. I'm probably not going to upload that just yet, but the plan is I'm going to get all these parts stripped, cleaned, because here I've got more parts. This is all like the clutch assembly and the kickstart assembly, the crankcases, the cylinder heads. I've also got the cylinder barrel, which I'm going to send off to get rebored, because that is pretty rusty and nasty in there. Crankcase covers, which I'll probably give the same treatment as I did with these covers, get them nice and shiny. But yeah, I mean, all the parts are there, and thankfully, he did cable tie them together as they came out the bike, so, and in the order that they came out, which is quite nice. So I mean, this is a pretty simple engine as far as engines go, so it's not too difficult to figure out how these parts fit together and where they go in these split cases. Because normally, you'll probably have seen on this bike, I didn't split the engine cases because I didn't really have the knowledge of how to put all that stuff back together. So I just did a basic cleanup of the cylinder heads and gaskets and stuff on that. So yeah, this is the next project, but I'm going to save you guys the boring videos of me cleaning stuff like I did on the Shadow build. So I'm going to get all this stuff cleaned up, and then I've ordered a bunch of parts which hopefully are going to turn up today and tomorrow. And then once I've got all those laid out and I'm ready to assemble this thing, that will probably be the first video of the Bantam rebuild. But yeah, just as an update on where things are with the Shadow, yeah, the parts are with the painter. I reckon he is probably going to be done with them end of the month, mid-May, something like that. So I should be able to get this bike finished by, I'm hoping by the end of May, because I've actually entered it into a local custom and classic cars motorcycle bike show in the summer. So this will actually be on display there, which I'm pretty happy about. Yeah, so that's just an update from me, and I will catch back up to you guys with the shadow build as soon as the paint is done and the parts are ready to pick up. And then once I've finished with this bike, it'll be time to start reassembling my dad's Bantam. But yeah, if you're interested in watching that, hit the subscribe button. I've never bothered to ask for subscribers before because I just thought if people are interested, they'll subscribe. And so far I've got like 41 of you guys watching this, which are way more than I thought I'd ever get, to be honest. Mainly because I'm not that interested. But yeah, if you're interested in following along with the BSA one, or even just like how the shadow is going, like I say, if you've been watching the shadow one, you know I've got another shadow which I have to do at some point. But I'm actually going to do the BSA first. But yeah, if you're interested in keeping up to date with that, then, you know, subscribe, follow along. See you later.